Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Savannah, and here I like to talk about the fun side of minimalism. And today we are decorating for fall. I'm gonna walk you through some super simple, gorgeous, organic DIY fall decor projects. My goal is to spend as little as possible, so I'm gonna be using things I have around my house, doing a little foraging out in my yard. We'll also be making a stop at one of my favorite local farms. They have a spectacular pumpkin patch. Let's head over. Good morning. It is decorating and DIY day. What I'm gonna do first is pull out all of my decorating options so I can survey it and see what I'm working with. I have my pumpkins and candles that I picked up from the farm, the organic items that I foraged from outside, and the items I already had around my house, some dried florals, some twine, some vases, and an old wine bottle. For decorating, I'm gonna focus on 4 key spaces or little vignette moments in my home. One is gonna be here in my living room. Another is gonna be on the dresser in my front room. Another vignette will be these mini built-in shelves in my kitchen. And then the last spot is going to be my bathroom. Let's start here in my living room. I have this beautiful doorway that connects to my front room with these pocket doors that slide in and out. And I found that a garland looks really nice in that space. I'm going to be attaching real leaves to this twine garland and then adding in some twinkle lights at the end to give it some warmth. What I did and aimed to preserve the leaves a little bit better just so they'd hold up this season on my garland is I ironed them between 2 pieces of wax paper. And what this did was flatten the leaves out a little bit and then give them a very light coat of wax. The thin wax coat is really nice because it gives these leaves a little bit of a sheen and brings them back to life. I used some brown twine that I already had. I cut out 6 really long pieces and then braided them together in a very loose braid to create a rope that was a bit thicker to attach the leaves to. I used my mini hot glue gun to glue the leaves together. It really doesn't take a lot of glue at all. The leaves are so dry, they just stick right together. The process of actually gluing the leaves on went way faster than I imagined. It only took me about 15 or 20 minutes. The second DIY I'm doing in this living room is creating a flock of bats made of construction paper. I've seen photos of these paper bats online each Halloween and I've always wanted to make my own, so here we are. I also feel like this is a very elevated Halloween decoration, which is kind of funny because all you need is a few pieces of construction paper and a pair of scissors. I started off by tracing these bats. You could definitely freehand it. I tried freehanding my own bat and it looked a little bit weird, so I printed one off Google and got tracing. I traced out a handful of larger bats, medium-sized bats, and then created a few little guys. That way, when I group them into their flock, or whatever you call a group of bats, posse, mob of bats, it would look like some were more in the forefront and some were flying off further into the distance into the night. After I finished cutting out all of my bats, I made some classic double stick loop-de-loops and then started sticking them across my mirror. My husband was in the background giving me a little bit of direction. Could be nice to have someone standing back to help you out, or you can just stick them up there, take a few steps back, look, and just keep readjusting back and forth. Next, we're heading into my front room to decorate and style the top of this dresser. When I picked up my pumpkins at the farm, I knew I was going to use them for this dresser. So I made sure to stick to medium size and smaller pumpkins just because I know a huge one would look kind of silly. When it comes to furniture pieces and just styling a space, it's all about scale and then just balancing different heights and widths and shapes. What I do is I just play with things and move things around until it feels right. And if you get a little too in your head with styling, what I recommend is just taking a break, stepping out of the room, and then when you come back, you'll have a fresh pair of eyes. And it's pretty obvious to me if something's not working, and then when it clicks, it just clicks. I tried fitting in some of these candles here or there, but at the end of the day, I almost always find that less is more, and that definitely rings true for this dresser styling. I feel like the less that's on there, the better it looks. And because I love the bats on the other mirror so much, I added a few here as well. Next, we're cruising over to the kitchen to style my mini built-in shelves. This is a place where I like to feature birthday cards, thank you notes, just anything we have going on in our lives at the moment. Right now, there's not a lot going on, which is perfect because we have space to fallify things. For styling these shelves, I'm using the same process as styling the dresser, which is just trying out different things and seeing what works. I like to play with different heights, different textures, different shapes, and balance them off each other so it's not too heavy or too light on any given shelf. Because these shelves are very stark and shiny with this white paint, I'm finding that the organic items actually look the best here. It's kind of funny that a lot of the best decorations are just things you find on the ground. Our last stop and last DIY is going to be in the bathroom. I usually don't keep a lot here on the counter of my bathroom, but for fall, I'm wanting to warm up this space a little bit by bringing in some rich colors. I'm trying out some dried leaves in this wine bottle. I do like the green color against the counter. I don't know if it's the most fall. I think it could be fall if there was some more orange in it. I've also tried bringing a candle in, but I feel like the candle is sort of the same shape as the soap dispenser and also as the bottle, so it's a little too much of the same. I'm gonna bring in my big guns. This is my big vase, and as I take a look, it's pretty obvious to me that this is it. Once again, less is more. This is such a crazy simple DIY, if you'd even call it a DIY. It's really just grabbing branches from outside and putting them thoughtfully into a vase, and it looks gorgeous. Thanks so much for decorating for fall with me. I hope you enjoyed these DIY projects. Let me know in the comments which was your favorite and if you're planning to do one. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and subscribe. I'd love to have you. I post new videos every week. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Have a fun day. Bye.